Hi all, so this is a quick demonstration of 3 new features that I've added to version 4.1 of BreeCS. There are more, but I'm just going to focus on 3 of them in this video. That should be due for release middle to end of next week. So let me just show you what these 3 new features are. So we all know when we click Add User, we've got to enter all of the blue mandatory fields. Obviously it's there to put data in order to get the reports out of the system. So obviously if you want, gender and ethnicity reporting, statistical information and the type of employments and positions within the company, etc., etc., obviously you need to put that data in. Obviously BreeCS encompasses pre-enrolment stroke pre-induction, and as I said in previous videos, you can add like embedded YouTube video, ask multiple choice questions, and then collect all of that data, scan a CSS card, use the lookup table and just pull that data down. But for some sites that don't require that level of functionality, and in addition, some of these fields, they're not really sort of relevant as such. Maybe you don't care about collecting gender, you just would like it to be preferred not to specify, same as ethnicity. Maybe most of the people that attend your site are operatives. Yes, you're going to have managers, supervisors, trainees, etc., but say a majority are operatives. I've now added a new feature where you can select some of these fields to be pre-filled with data. You can still change them, but rather than them just being blank, you can have it select those fields so they're pre-selected when you click the Add New User button. So to set that, you go Advanced View, Options menu, New User, Reduce Form Fill. This then allows you to select some or all of the defaults that you want to be set. So if you leave them all blank or leave some of them blank, then it will just remain as it is. If I, for example, if I leave gender blank, then it will be blank when I open the form, and I will have to select male, female, intersex, prefer not to specify. But let's say I want this one to be prefer not to specify, the same as ethnicity. Let's say I want to collect mobile and ICE, as in case of emergency, stroke next to king information. But let's just say most of the people that attend my site are operatives. Most of them are subcontractors. And I would like the default to be working hours for the access level. So click OK. So now when I click Add User, either here in the Advanced View or here in the Simple View, as we can see, the gender has now been selected, same as the ethnicity, to prefer not to specify. The position has been selected to operative, employment type to subcontractor, and working hours. So that way it just allows you to set some defaults to reduce the click, point and click, and selecting of items. They can just sort of be pre-filled for you. Should someone be a manager or a supervisor, you can obviously just change it in the list, no problem at all. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, I've had conversations with many installers, and they say, is there an easy way for the engineer to be able to add themselves to the system? They're not worried about collecting all of the data for the engineer that installed it. You just want to get yourself enrolled to test that the system is working, make sure the proximity token works, make sure the fingerprint works, etc. We don't care about data collection as such for the installer. We just want to quickly enroll them. So if I do on-screen keyboard here, now you don't need to open this. This is just for me to show you. You can see what I'm pushing on the keyboard. So if I push Shift, it lights up the Shift key. If I press Caps Lock, as I said, you don't need this open. It's just for video purposes to show you what buttons I'm pushing on the keyboard. So now, if I click Add New User, and I hold down Shift and Control, then click Add New User, it will activate Engineer Mode. When I click OK, the entire form has now been filled in. All I need to, apart from first name, scan a finger. That's it, job done. Unless you want to change the default contractor department from none to your company, whatever your company's called. If not, first name, scan a finger, or issue a proximity token, click Save, scan your fingerprint, job done on site. So that's a real quick, simple and easy way to get an engineer enrolled for testing purposes. Now the last one, let's say that the site does have access to pre-enrolment, but someone has turned up on site and for whatever reason they did not perform that pre-enrolment procedure. pain in the backside. So now you as the construction company has to sit there typing in all of this information. But how about a QR code that you can scan on site using your mobile phone and have the operative pre-enroll right there, right then. So if you had a group of 3-4 people turn up, for whatever reason none of them were pre-enrolled, yes, you could send out a pre-enrollment invitation but to each of those individuals, but now you can just display a QR code and they scan it on their phone and it automatically takes them to the pre-enrollment section. They fill it out. Once they're complete, you just scan their CSS card or use the online lookup table as normal and they're in the system. So let me show you that. So generate code. Now let me grab my phone. As you can see on screen, we've got the QR code. You can also print this and then obviously stick it on the wall, for example. You can also export it to HTML and then obviously print it through another web browser or send it to whoever you want. If there's someone else on your network that's got a printer and you haven't, they can print it for you if you want to. So let me get my phone. It's now popped up. Yes, I want to access that. It's now taken me straight to the pre-enrollment section for the site in question. Now, if I was to close the web browser and reopen the web browser, it now takes me back to the main BreeCS website. This is to stop people from, once they've scanned the code, sort of later on in the day, start adding fictitious information. I'm an idiot.com, you're a twat.com, and all of a sudden your pre-enrollment list is full up with a load of garbage. So that will prevent that. In addition to that, if I did leave the web browser open and try to revisit it earlier, obviously that would still work because the browser is open in the background. But to prevent that, we can actually click on Add User again. And then when we click it this time, it will say, well, you already have a QR code. If you click yes, I'll just show you the one that's already generated. If you click no, I will revoke the old one and generate a new one. So if I click no, so now this is a brand new QR code and the previous one and the link it went to is completely disabled. So even if the operative was halfway through the enrollment procedure, as soon as they click next step, it just stops working and chucks them off. Or if they was to scan the QR code or just go direct to it, again, it just doesn't work, it revokes it. So now if I open the camera again, scan the new QR code, it will now take me back to the pre-enrollment section with that new QR code. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Cheers, bye.